you so much, Vanessa, for being here to talk about the library's Dungeons and Dragons program.
Absolutely. We're actually really excited to get it going and really excited to kind of get the word out there and sort of get more people involved in it.
So how many people are allowed to participate in the program?
A group of 8 at any given time is sort of the maximum that we can handle right now. That's a combination of both the Dungeon Master's preference, because when you get more than that, it gets pretty chaotic and the games get harder to sort of parse how long it's going to take.
What age group is the program for?
The age range we're looking at is 13 plus. And that's sort of primarily to, there needs to be a certain level of sort of being willing to accept that bad things are going to happen if you're going to get involved in Dungeons and Dragons. So 13 was kind of the place where we were like, let's see how that age range goes, and definitely wanting to engage more with that with teens and bring a lot of them in was really important to us when working on it. But we absolutely wanted adults to come and welcomed that, so that there was a lot of sort of intergenerational interaction going on. And during our test run that we did in the library, which was primarily library staff and then their families, we had people all the way from 13 up to seniors that were participating in it. And some of them had never experienced Dungeons and Dragons before, didn't really know what it was about, and everyone sort of collectively had a good time and learned a lot. And having a really varied age range sort of brought a lot of different perspectives to it and made it probably a lot more interesting than your average game would be if everyone was sort of in the same range.
Do you mind talking a bit about what Dungeons and Dragons exactly is?
So Dungeons and Dragons was initially created around the 70s, kind of based on tabletop war games that were a thing around the time. And the thing about Dungeons and Dragons is it's designed to be more of a cooperative experience as opposed to a competitive experience. So when you go into it, you're going into it with a group, and you sort of have, while each individual character, just like each individual person, is going to have their own goals that they're kind of looking for, you're going to have an overall goal that everyone sort of moves towards together. So like it might be during our test run, it was we were clearing some rats out of an old house.
So is there going to be like a different campaign for each session or the same one throughout?
My past experience with Dungeons and Dragons, it's always been sort of really long story arcs, really elongated campaigns that you sort of follow with the same people every week or however often you're meeting. This particular case, it's designed specifically to be drop-in friendly. So people that keep coming, they still get the opportunity to level up their characters and sort of see an overarching theme, even if it's not necessarily a story, but it is very drop-in friendly as well. So if someone can only come, say, once a month, once even every other month, they're still going to get sort of the same level experience because it's already designed kind of in an insular, each individual session is its own unique thing.
Has there been a ton of enthusiasm about this new program so far?
I don't think I've ever seen a program so far out fill up so quickly here. And we have run programs that are much smaller scale that only require, 4 to 8 people before, and people are still asking questions. People are still really into it. So we're definitely hoping that we can find a way to either run another session or expand on what we're offering right now. If it continues to be this popular, we're definitely going to try to find a way to keep the momentum going and keep people coming in for it.
Thank you again so much for being here today. It was great having you.
Yeah, absolutely. And we, with Cheryl starting as our new director, we've already had a couple talks about some programming stuff that we're going to have launching in the fall. So if you aren't already following us on Facebook or Instagram, I definitely suggest that, because everything that launches, that's kind of going to be our launch pad for where you're going to want basic information on it.